Okay, so I'm just going to be saying this because it's important for me to say, like, okay, all right. If you guys think about it, right? Do we actually live in a free world, right? Do we actually live in a free world? That's the kind of debating of my brain, trying to figure it out, what's true, what's false, and so on, right? So if you think about it, right, we have religions, like all different kinds of religion, and why not? And we have politicians, democrats, and all the you know all that, right? Then we have the social media and all society stuff and like materialistic stuff, and like why not? And it's just like, are we actually free though? If you think about it, are we free? Like, I've seen people with their phones all the time, constantly looking like freaking zombies. Like, literally, I cannot even approach a person because they have their face down on their freaking phones. Like, literally. And then social media literally advertise beauty standards, which actually kind of actually broke me, right? To believe, oh, I'm not having a success relationship because of this, because my my uh my whole standards are high because of social media. Because I want this, because I want that. What is my type of ideal woman? So like, are we actually free? And I'm not even talking about like free, like, oh, we can do whatever, right? But I'm talking about mind and spirit freedom. What is mind and spiritual freedom? It's like, are we actually free, right? Do we feel free? Like, that's something that you have to talk about, because if you see here, the American lie government by the people and other politician fables, right? Going all the way back to the time of George Washington, much what we see and hear in the political world consists of lies and deception, despite assurance to the contrary. Politics is not about truth, justice, and principles. It always comes back to money. That's the little thing, like money. Like, he actually even, like, across the country, like every time I say it, you can actually hear from across the world, like, money, 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 money. But power and status. As a astute political commentator, Ben Ginsberg convincingly demonstrates politicians habitually lie, pretending to fight for principles in order to conceal their true selfish motives. Okay, in my book, I say men don't fight for peace. There is no such a thing as peace. You can say whatever you want to say. Oh, but the army and everyone fights for us to, like, they're the heroes. Yeah, but you got to remember that they are not the ones in control of it. See, we're all pawns of Satan's asshole, right? We're all little puppeteers, like a master controlling us, right? Well, the government, right? Okay, so I will tell you, we have us, right? We're actually like right in the bottom, like we're like right in the dirt, right? Then you have the middle class. Well, actually, no. I would consider myself in the middle class because I'm not poor, but then again, I'm not rich. So I'm like right between, like right in the middle. You have the poor, which is like right below the middle class, the rich people, billionaire. Then you got cops and all the military services, and firefighters, and why not teachers and stuff like that. Then you have the government. Then you have, uh, as people say, the Illuminati. So it's kind of like a whole level of who's on top of who, like kind of like a food, pyramid type of situation. Like there's the shark, fish, and algae and plants and sea plants or whatever, right? So it's kind of like the same thing, the same concept on the world, right? You got us, poor, middle class, and above, right? So, and then of course we can't forget about religion, right? Okay, that's something that I really want to talk about, right? Are we actually free? Because I've like we do have the freedom to do whatever, and I'm actually a believer of God and Jesus Christ. Oh man, let me tell you, amen to that. But it's actually like if you think about it too much, like if you actually think inside your heads, are we actually free? Because we have the decision to actually like there's bad and there's good, right? There is like good cannot exist without evil and evil cannot exist without good because there's need to be a balance into the world. That's why it needs to have death. And if you let me explain, like I'm not saying like, oh, I want someone to die. No. See, there needs to be death in order for balance of the world, because without balance, then well, guess what, then the world is gonna have like this whole population, overpopulation and stuff. And then with overpopulation, it can actually comes to a problem, world global problem. So yeah, think about that. So I mean, if you think about it, right, the principles of our minds, what can we do? Are we actually free? Like if I kill a person to save another person's life, right? If a person have a knife, and I have a knife to protect myself or another person, right? Or even my family, friends, right? I would think that I'm doing a good thing by killing another person to save myself or a person that I love and care about. Am I a good person or am I a bad person? I don't know. I'm just acting upon what I believe and know and think that I is good, which it may not be good, which may make it could make me bad. But in my situation, my point of view, I'm doing a good deed, saving a person's life by killing another person, which actually that's something I would actually do because. See, there was a situation, there was a story, years ago, there was this lady that actually burned her husband, or I think it was her boyfriend, husband, I don't know, uh, for actually raping the daughter, the little girl. And I was actually like, wow, see, back then, I was actually like, okay, I'm proud of that woman for doing that. Like, but now I, as a Christian guy, I'm like, you cannot take justice upon myself, which actually it's kind of like very very hypocr- ugh, excuse me, hypocritical of me saying that, because I literally said I would actually kill a person to save my own person, friends and family, or girlfriend, or whoever, right? So it's like, I would actually save my own person, people, friends, family, girlfriend, brothers, sister, whatever, whoever, right? Don't matter. Even if, like, a dog. Like, and I'm actually, like, I have, like, really super, like, anger issues, right? Eh, not as bad as I used to when I was a little kid, but eh, it's I'm doing pretty good. I would say I'm actually doing pretty good on controlling my anger. Good for me. Pat on the back. But like, yeah, no, definitely. So it's like, you have to think about it, like these situations. Like, are we actually free? You have to think of the consequences of your actions. Like, what would I do if I do this? Would this change the whole perspective of my whole future, right? Would this affect my family, friends, or if I do this? Which actually you have to be thinking a lot about this kind of stuff, because it actually would happen to affect whatever or whoever by whatever decision you make, you know? So like it's called the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect is like whatever decisions, whatever choices you make, if you want to go left or right or up and down or whatever, like whichever direction you take, it's going to take to a whole new future, right? So you can actually make your future, but you're still being controlled because by the actions you do. Like in religion speaking, if I did something bad, which I would thought that was good, would I still go to heaven or hell? Which I actually know the answer to that. Um, you you have to believe in Jesus Christ. He is the Savior. He is the way of the path of the light to go to heaven. He is the way to heaven. But at the same time, whatever decisions I make, which what if I watch porn? Which I enjoy porn. I'm not gonna lie. I like flirting with girls. Which Christianity is not a very fun of that kind of stuff. So I feel kind of left out a little bit. So like the whole topic of today is like, do we have free will? uh like you have to be thinking about like this kind of stuff, like do we have free will? Like why choose to pay to buy a house if we can actually make a house? I mean, yeah, sure, you have to buy the property first, but why do we have to buy the property? Why not just claim it, the, the property, and just like make a house? Do we really need money? Like I like like if you think about it, why do we need money? Think about it. Why do we need money? Because money is just a paper. What is value in money, really? But it's just a paper with numbers, right? It's literally what it is. It's literally just green paper with numbers. That's that's it. And you know when people say like money doesn't grow on tree, what do you think money is made out of? Paper. And where does paper come from? Trees. It literally comes from trees. So if you think money doesn't grow on trees, think again, I guess. Because it literally, I mean, it doesn't grow on trees, but it is from trees, if that makes sense. So money does grow on trees because money is paper, and paper comes from trees. So therefore, technically speaking, not really, but really. I'm trying to make sense here. Bear with me. It does, but it doesn't grow on trees like a fruit. But it's still like a part of a tree. So I mean, if you think about it, and then not only that, we have to pay rent, right? Why do the low levels, like there's the poor and then there's the middle class, right? People who doesn't have a lot of money but still have enough money to survive. So like I say, why do we have to pay rent and bills when like the government already has all the money they can have? They literally have a lot of money. Really? Okay, let me actually tell you how much the government has. Okay, all right. See what I'm talking about? $922.2 billion cash. And we still have to pay for rent though, and bills, and car insurance and stuff. because every single part of those money is going to them. Like, really? Like, why use cars, right? Like, if you think about it, why do we need cars if we have two legs? If not, we're too lazy to walk. I mean, is that what it is? Are we too lazy to walk? Because, I mean, to be honest with you, I would actually rather walk or ride a horse. I mean, if you think about it, you guys literally pay for gas, and the gas, let me tell you, Joe Biden is not making it easy on you guys. So, I mean, if you think about it, like, why? Like, why though? Like, it makes no sense. Like, this whole thing makes no sense. Like, at least to me, please make it sense. Because to me, it doesn't. Because if you think about it, why all this, right? Why all of this? You know? Why do we need cars? Why not just walk or ride horses? See, like my mentality, like I love, if I could live back in the days, I would actually would love to live back in the days. Yeah. I mean, sadly, I can't ride a horse in the streets here, so like that's a no-no. And then not let's not just like literally we have gun violences, which the US also they sell guns. And I'm a gun person. I love guns. Hey, don't get me wrong. I love guns. Yeah, I love guns. I love to go like target shooting. I just like love to target shoot, just practice shooting guns and like go like I love it. I love guns. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I love guns, knives and stuff like that. But like same time, you know, and not only that, there's other ways you can get guns illegally, but like I'm not going into that. So yeah, um, not like I went to a certain website. Dark web. But no, yeah, definitely, it's crazy. Not gonna lie, it's insane. Uh, but yeah, no, it's something that should be talked about. Like, there's a lot of gun violence, and yet we still sell guns. We still sell guns. Why? I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. But I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Then we have another problem. Fast food. Hey, before you guys lash out, before you guys go and attack me, yes, I get it. I know. I mean, I love fast food restaurants as well. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I've learned things that it's going to ruin you guys. So I don't know if I should save y'all or if I should just let you guys, you know, be comfortable with life. Just, not a care in the world, right? But I'm not saying, with a lot of fast food restaurants, but some fast food restaurants, yeah. Uh, there's a theory of, you know, McDonald's making human meat, but I'm not going into that. It's just um, a theory. It's just a theory that hasn't been proved, but whatever. But I do know that chicken nuggets, I'm going to ruin you guys. I'm going to ruin you guys. Like chicken nuggets, like you guys think it's made out of chicken, right? Yeah, no. It's baby chicks. Yes. Baby chicks. Right. Don't get me wrong. I'll still eat them. And I love them. I love chicken nuggets. Spicy, non-spicy. Put some ketchup on that. Some honey uh honey mustard on that, that's that is a go. But at the same time, we have to actually face the fact that it's actually made out of baby chicks, baby little cutie, baby tiny cutie chicks, right? You see a baby bird chick, right? And then you're like, oh, it's so adorable, oh my god, right? And then boom, it gets crushed, and they go to the machine and they just throw them in the hole, and then they just go like, and then there's like blood everywhere, and then it's like meat grounding, like, oh babe, all those baby chicks going like, and then they are turned into chicken nuggets. I am sorry I ruined you guys' moments, but it's true. But yeah, no, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of theories about reptilians, but I mean, if you guys think about it, I mean, are we actually the only people in the world? Really? Like, if there is a God, which I do believe there is, so because I mean, we're not created by nothing. There is no such a thing as being created by nothing. We actually were created by someone or something. So I mean, like, it's like a chef, right? I mean, like, a food cannot be cooked without a chef. So, like, it's kind of like the same concept what I'm talking about here. Like, so, and there's demons and angels, and there's pretty much like afterlife as well, right? So like most people don't believe in that kind of stuff, which is okay. Like, believe what you gotta believe. I don't care, really. But like at the same time, like, we have to come to face the facts. There is life after death, and that is why you shouldn't worry about a person dying, because whether that person is good or bad, well, either way, that person is gonna be okay, or, well, going to hell. So I mean, if you have a grandpa or a grandma that was being doing something that they were not supposed to do, I don't know what to tell you. Really, I don't know what to tell you, but either in hell or heaven. If it's not in one of those, could be on earth or in any kind of spiritual world. Because I mean, it's kind of like the Stranger Things, right? Like, there's this world, but there's another world that we can't see, the spiritual world. And the spiritual world is like where the spirits walk among around us, and we don't even know it. Well, at least you guys don't know it, but I mean, those who are actually aware of it, we do know it. And it's like pretty scary for some people, but to me, it's just like, whatever, right? There's demons out there. I mean, let demons be demons. They're a bunch of assholes, really. Then you got the cool guys, the angels, which I love them. Then you got Jesus, you got God, and then like it is like a whole thing. Really, it's like a whole thing. So, going back to what I was talking about, yeah. So, are we actually free? What is freedom to you guys? Think about it. Please. I don't just say this just like, oh, think about it, and you guys, oh, I'm gonna think about it, and then you guys don't think about it. Literally, think about it. Are we actually free? And that's the topic of today. And I actually am going to end here, and I want to tell you guys, good night, and I will see you guys in the next podcast talk, and we'll be talking about pretty much whatever. I don't really care. We'll talk about whatever. But yes, yeah, I'm going to end here for today, and I want to thank you for you guys, listening. Whoever listens to this, I will be forever grateful. And yeah, this is my first time having a podcast talk. I haven't. I'm. I don't even know what to do, what to talk about. Just the thing that actually gets me is that like the thing that actually makes me do these things, you know, try to talk and make a podcast. I think about too much things. And whatever I'm thinking about things, I want to talk about those things because it's like literally the questions that is in my mind. The questions that is in my mind, I want to actually like talk and ask those questions to whoever is listening to this podcast that I am doing it right now, which is my first one. I am a beginner, and I'm going to end here now. And I want to say good night and farewell.